Good morning, class. Good morning, students. How are you today? Welcome to this class. Have you bought anything before? How do you determine the quantity? If yes, it means that you bought it based on the money you have. The money you have will equally determine the quantity. This brings to our topic today, which is demand. Have you heard the word demand before? But you buy what you need in the markets or shops. Demand is the quantity of a commodity that a consumer is willing to buy at a known price over a given period of time. It does not indicate the wants of a person. Though individual wants are many, but the willingness to buy may be limited. This implies that in demand, attention is mostly paid to price and quantity. Joy wants to buy 3 blouses with 400 naira, but the cost of a blouse is 200 naira. The individual later bought 2 blouses instead of 3 blouses. This means that the quantity of the commodity determines the price at that particular time. This is individual demand table. This table contains price and quantity. The left-hand side is the price of a particular quantity. At the price of 2 naira, the quantity demanded is 3. And at the price of 1 naira, the quantity demanded is 4. This implies that the higher the price of a particular commodity, the lesser the quantity of that commodity. And the lower the price of a particular commodity, the higher the quantity of that particular commodity. Step 3. Label the graph with the figures in the table. Step 4. Join the line of price and quantity to get a straight line. This straight line is called demand curve. These are the 3 families: Okeke's family, John's family, and Uche's family. And we call them 3 households family. 3 households. In Okeke's family, there are 3: father, mother, and Okeke. Father, mother. And John's family, there are 4: the parents and the 2 children. While in Uche's family, there are 5: their parents and their children. Mr. Okeke will demand 2 bushels, and Mr. John will demand 2 bushels, while Mr. Uche will demand 1 bushel, and the market demand will be 5. When the price is 4 naira, Mr. Okeke will demand 4 bushels. Mr. John, when the price is 2 naira, Mr. Okeke will demand 8 bushels. Mr. John, 7 bushels. Mr. Uche, 5 bushels. Market demand 20. When the price is 1 naira, Mr. Okeke will demand 10 bushels. Mr. John, 9 bushels. Mr. Uche, 6 bushels. And market demand will be 25. This means the higher the price the lesser the quantity demanded. And the lower the price of a commodity, the higher the quantity of that commodity will be demanded by each of these households. Now, let's look at the types of demand. We have derived demand, joint demand, composite demand, and competitive demand. The graph of these types of demand will be drawn as follows. This is the graph of derived demand, and this graph is the graph of cotton and the graph of labor. Some goods are not demanded for their own sake or for the direct satisfaction they yield. Rather, they are demanded because of the help they provide in the production of other goods and services, which it helps to produce. Each demand is derived from the demand for cotton. Now, let's look at joint demand. If we look at this graph, we have sugar and tea. Sometimes, two or more commodities are needed jointly. The two must be present simultaneously before they could be consumed or utilized. In fact, one would be useless without the other. Examples of joint demand are: if there is a change in demand for one, there will be an automatic change in the demand for the other. There will be a reduction in tea consumption, therefore leading to a fall in both the quantity from OQ1 to OQ2 and price of tea from OP1 to OP2. Let us look at competitive demand. If you look at this graph, we have tea and coffee. The vertical axis of this graph represents price, while the horizontal axis of this graph represents quantity. And you can see the demand and supply for tea and coffee. What is a close substitute to one person may not be so for another. It all depends on individual taste. However, the closest examples of substitute will be found among branded names of similar goods, such as various models of cars, various brands of milk, soft drinks, and beer. A favorable condition for tea production leads to an unusual supply of tea to the market. We have factors affecting demand, and these factors will bring either change in price or change in quantity of a commodity. The factors affecting demand are price of the commodity, price of other commodities, income, the size of population, changes in taste and fashion, weather, habits, and government policy. These are the factors affecting demand. Look at this price tag, represent the price of a commodity. This is the different kinds of commodity an individual can purchase. One can purchase a bag, one can purchase a calculator, one can purchase a table. All these commodities, for you to have them, depends on the price of that commodity. All right, we all know that income affects demand, and it is one of the factors that affect demand. If you look at these households, this is the income of these particular households. People's purchasing power depends on the size of their income. So, the more the size of people's disposable income, the more the quantity demanded of goods and services. But if the income of this household, is small, it will affect the demand of a commodity of this particular household. We also know that changes in taste and fashion is one of the factors that affects the demand, and the weather condition really affects the demand. And the habit also affects the demand. If you look at the graph, you can see the different fashions, taste and fashion. All these wristwatch, glasses, wears, handbag, anyone that is in vogue, you know that people will now go the raining clothes, and also weather. During rainy season, there are some commodities you can find out that people who may not like to get. And during dry season, like example, umbrella, the demand for umbrella will be lesser during dry season. So all these things are factors that affect demand. And weather is a very big factor, because changes in weather condition affect consumers' demand for some commodities.